Stop everything because the footage that just leaked from the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta might be the messiest, most unhinged scandal in reality TV history. Yes, I said what I said. Did Mena really slap Mendeecees Harris across the face in front of cameras, cast, crew, and a horrified Yandy Smith? Are we witnessing the moment the entire franchise finally snapped under the weight of its own drama? Or is this just another scripted oops that went a little too real? Too fast? But wait, because this isn't just your average on-set spat. Oh no, this was a full-blown on-camera assault, allegedly triggered by late-night DMs, accusations of cheating, and what some insiders are calling an emotional meltdown with glitter lashes. And baby Yandy didn't just sit there with her contour cracking. She demanded Erica be yanked off the show like a bad wig at a reunion special. So what really went down? Who's lying? Who's hiding receipts? And who's about to lose their last VH1 paycheck? Buckle up, grab your tea, and lock your phone screen, because what we're about to uncover is not just messy, it's potentially career-ending. Let's get into this madness. So here's what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna pretend like the chaos that just erupted on the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was anything less than pure, unfiltered, legacy-shattering madness. No, because what went down wasn't just a regular dose of petty. This was Mena unhinged, Mendeecees stunned, and Yandy Smith one eyelash away from swinging her purse and her contract in the air like a courtroom exhibit. Allegedly, because we're all about the word allegedly. Her casual dinner scene turned into a full-on reality TV battlefield when Erica decided she wasn't just there to sip wine and toss shade. She came with venom, receipts, and what insiders are calling a trigger finger in heels. And that trigger was a slap, a full open-palmed scandal-summoning slap across Mendeecees' face that, according to whispers from crew members, was caught on camera in 4000 with multiple angles and 2 boom mics catching every breathless gasp in the room. Now, before you start wondering if this was just scripted chaos or a cleverly planted stunt for ratings, let me stop you right there, because according to multiple sources, including a catering assistant with perfect hearing and a boom operator who accidentally forgot to turn off his recording, this was very much real. No green screen, no retakes, no cute little production meeting. Just Erica losing every ounce of chill she ever claimed to have, after allegedly confronting Mendeecees over some very questionable messages that she claims were sent to someone in her circle. And by someone, we mean her niece. Yes, her niece, baby Erica, reportedly walked in late, dipped in red silk like she was there to film a perfume commercial, not declare social war. And from the moment she entered the lounge where they were filming, everyone said the energy shifted. Like the room knew something demonic was about to happen. She sat down, barely gave anyone eye contact, and allegedly muttered something about people's husbands being way too friendly on Instagram after midnight. And if you think Yandy didn't hear that, think again. Yandy, ever the PR-trained veteran, gave her a tight smile and hit back with, "Some of us don't need to check DMs. We trust our men." Now that should have been the end, right? A little back and forth, a couple of eye rolls, fade to commercial. But no, not this time, because Erica wasn't just shading. She was locked, loaded, and ready to blow up a decade's worth of image management in under 10 minutes. According to 2 crew members and a stylist who ducked behind the lighting rig, Erica leaned in and dropped the line that allegedly shifted the entire room from scene to emergency. "If he ain't hiding anything, why he still messaging women after midnight?" Boom. Table silenced. Glasses paused mid-sip. Producers froze. Even the lighting guy whispered, "Yo, did she just say that?" Mendeecees tried to brush it off. "You're reaching," he said, cool as ever, like a man who didn't just get throat punched, by implication, but Erica. She pulled out her phone, yes, mid-shoot, and waved it in the air like it was a subpoena. "Am I, 'cause I got receipts?" No, she didn't show them right then. She didn't need to. The threat of exposure was enough to turn that entire room into a church funeral. Yandy sat still, face frozen like a Bravo freeze frame, and then, calmly asked, "What receipts?" Erica smirked. That's it, just a smirk. The kind of smirk that makes producers sweat and marriages unravel. "Ask your man about February," she allegedly said, referring to a specific date like she was reading court documents. Mendeecees turned ghost white. Yandy's lip twitched. Tension. Breathtaking. You could hear cutlery trembling. "You got something to say?" Yandy asked, voice low but firm. And that's when Mendeecees made the mistake that set the entire room on fire. He stood up, didn't yell, didn't lunge, just stood and pointed a finger and said, Stop trying to destroy people's homes. You already burned through yours. Woo. Listen, if you know anything about Erica, you know you don't bring up her past like that, especially not on camera. In public, in front of her ex-friend-turned-enemy-turned-co-star. Before anyone could say cut, before producers could blink, before security could reach their belt, Radio's Erica went around the table, walked up to Mendeecees and reportedly slapped him so hard you could hear the echo bounce off the production. Lights, silence. The kind of silence that only comes when something real just happened in a room full of people pretending. Yandy screamed. Screamed like her marriage, her patience, and her NDA were all assaulted at once. Mendeecees stood there stunned, hand to his cheek like he'd just been slapped by betrayal and ratings gold. Crew members froze. One camera guy tripped, backward. Someone yelled, "Get security." But Erica wasn't done. She kept going. "Don't act innocent when you've been disrespecting her behind her back," she allegedly shouted, hands trembling, voice cracking. Tears, maybe. Rage, definitely. Yandy tried to get to her, reportedly pushing past a producer yelling, "You're done, you're not coming back after this." Erica laughed. The kind of laugh that says, "I'm already cancelled, so let's finish the job." She fired back. "You think this is your show? This ain't the Yandy network." That sent Yandy into full meltdown mode. But before she could clap back with a purse or a lawsuit, a senior producer jumped in and separated them physically. Cast members who hadn't even been in the room came running in. Rashida, Jessica, Bambi, they all came flooding into the set like it was a house fire. Security dragged Erica out as she screamed over her shoulder, "Protect him if you want, but don't protect his lies." Filming stopped. The lounge set was shut down. The producers huddled like NFL coaches during a fumble. One assistant director was heard whispering, "This footage is gold. But it's also a lawsuit waiting to happen." Mendeecees sat down slowly, still in disbelief. Yandy paced in circles, muttering under her breath while trying not to cry. Rashida, who had just walked in from a confessional, looked around and asked, "What happened?" Yandy turned to her, hands shaking, and said, "She hit him. She hit him." Rashida gasped. "On camera," Yandy nodded. "And she had the nerve to talk about DMS like she knows something I don't." Meanwhile, Mendeecees sat there silent. Not denying. Not defending. Just tapping his fingers on the table, like a man trying to count his remaining options. Rashida tried to calm Yandy, but the damage was done. The slap had happened. The footage was real, and even before the cameras were shut off, word had already leaked through text threads, cast group chats, and crew gossip. A message was sent to a popular blog from someone who claimed to be on set. It read, "You won't believe what just happened. Erica Mena slapped Mendeecees." It was chaos. Straight up chaos. The internet was already buzzing. Fan pages dropped cryptic tweets. Something went down between Erica and Mendeecees. Yandy is heated. Hashtags began trending. Justice for Indy, Erica Deedwat, Slapgate, and then came the post that lit the whole thing on fear. A quiet black story update from Yandy's close friends list. White text on black background. It simply read, "The mask always slips eventually." And just like that, the slap became legend. But what no one expected was what Erica would do next, because of course, she didn't stay quiet. For long. In classic Erica Mena fashion, she did what she does best: go live. Yep, less than 24 hours after the alleged slap heard round the love and hip-hop universe, Erica popped up on Instagram Live, hair in a messy bun, no makeup, coffee mug in hand, standing in her kitchen like nothing had just imploded on national television. And what did she say? Nothing direct, because she's too seasoned for that. But she dropped enough passive-aggressive, tea-spilling breadcrumbs to fuel fan theories for days. "People love to play innocent," she said with a smirk, "until the cameras are rolling and suddenly they're victims. MMHMM. The comments were on fire. "You talking about Yandy? Did you really slap him? Where the receipts at though?" But Erica didn't say names. She didn't have to. The implication was so loud it echoed. And as if that wasn't enough chaos, just when everyone thought they'd have to wait until the episode aired, a leak dropped. A grainy, shaky, clearly not supposed to exist, clip started circulating on Twitter and TikTok. A crew member's phone footage, filmed from behind a lighting rig, showing what appeared to be the exact moment Erica stormed around the table and swung. No audio, just raw, blurry violence. You could see Mendeecees stumble slightly backward, You could see Yandy's mouth drop open. You could even make out a producer diving in from the side like he was trying to stop a car crash in slow motion. Within 6 hours, the clip had 1 million views. Within 12, 2 million. Hashtag Erica Mena was trending in 3 countries. Erica Mena slapped Mendeecees became the new pop culture meme. TikTokers were reenacting it. Twitter detectives were enhancing footage like they worked for CSI. It was officially out of MTV's hands and the network was in full-blown damage control. Behind the scenes, sources say production meetings turned nuclear. One side of the room was screaming, "Cut it, we'll get sued." The other side was whispering, "This is the most viral moment we've ever had." According to one anonymous producer, legal was called in immediately, and Yandy she wasn't having none of it. Rumor has it, she sent a formal email, demanding to see the uncut footage and threatening to refuse filming if Erica wasn't suspended. She told a fellow cast member on a phone call, and I quote, "They set me up for drama and now want to act surprised that it blew up in their face." Meanwhile, Mendeecees still hadn't posted a thing. Not a word. Not a quote. Not even a passive-aggressive Bible verse. And the silence was deafening. It was giving, "We lawyered up." It was giving, "We are not addressing that without PR clearance." But then, things took an even more unexpected turn. In a closed-door producer meeting, Mendeecees finally spoke, and what he said changed everything. According to a leak from someone in that very room, he admitted to contacting someone connected to Erica. Not her niece, as Erica implied, but someone in her orbit. He said it was about a business deal that never panned out. And while he denied any flirtatious or shady intent, he admitted the messages could be taken the wrong way. "I'm not denying contact," he reportedly told them, "but I am denying intent. Anyone can twist a conversation if they want it to look messy. Sir, you sent a message to a woman tied to Erica Mena, and now you're surprised it blew up like napalm in a reality show confessional. Come on now." Sources say that admission set off alarm bells not just with producers, but with Yandy herself. Apparently, she already suspected something was off, but hearing him acknowledge any part of it, that was a betrayal she didn't see coming. The next morning, another update dropped. MTV sent an internal memo. Not public, but don't worry, it got leaked within 2 hours. It stated that Erica's participation in the next 2 taping days was officially postponed pending review of the incident. Not fired, not suspended, just postponed. And that was enough to ignite a new level of chaos online. Some fans were screaming good, ban her. Others were defending Erica like she was the last hope of the people. Yandy needed to hear the truth. One comment read, "Erica slapped him for all of us." Meanwhile, Rashida and Jessica White both started dropping cryptic shade bombs. Rashida tweeted, "I thought I'd seen it all." Jessica posted a selfie in black and white with the caption, "Truth hits different when it's loud." BABY. You'd think this was an episode of Scandal, not Love and Hip Hop. Even Bambi chimed in, reportedly texting the group chat, "Ain't nobody slapping my man and walking away." Yandy's got every right to be pissed. That message, by the way, was leaked because of course it wasn't, ended up being screenshotted by 4 gossip blogs before lunchtime. Now let's talk Erica again, because, while MTV was trying to do damage control, she was over here acting like the Joker in a red dress. The day after the leaked footage went viral, she posted a slow-mo video of herself walking down a hallway, in full glam with the caption, "When the world wants a villain, give them one." Oh, she's leaning in hard. The comments were a mess. Fans either praised her for being the queen of chaos or demanded she be banned from the franchise forever. There was no in-between. And while the internet was bickering, like it was Thanksgiving dinner and someone brought up politics, MTV's editors were in the lab cooking up 2 versions of the episode, one with the slap and one without, because let's be real, airing it could skyrocket ratings. But it could also trigger lawsuits, FCC complaints, and the wrath of every single PR department involved. And just when you thought this saga couldn't get more chaotic, Erica and Yandy had to be in the same building again. Why? Because of a contractual group shoot, a charity gala hosted by Scrappy and Bambi. Producers couldn't cancel it. And legally, they couldn't ban Erica from attending. Yet, so what did they do? They split the venue like it was the Red Sea. 2 glam teams. 2 entrances. 1 strict rule, no contact. And for the first 40 minutes, it worked. Erica walked in late, dipped in diamonds, like she owned the room. Yandy was already seated with Rashida and Jessica. sipping champagne like she hadn't been plotting spiritual warfare behind her sunglasses all week. But then, because of course, it popped off again. Erica walked past Yandy's table and said, just loud enough for the boom mic to catch, "Still playing the victim." The gasp was instant. Rashida reached for Yandy's hand. "Don't do it," she whispered. But Yandy didn't flinch. She just looked up, smiled, and said, "You slapped my husband on camera. And you still think you're owed an apology." Erica whipped around. "I exposed your husband. You should be thanking me." And before security could say get the car, Mendeecees, who had been at the bar the whole time, stormed over. For the first time in this whole mess, he was the one to snap. "You don't speak on my family again. Ever. This your last warning." Dead silence. Every guest froze. Even the DJ faded out the music like he knew he didn't want his name attached to what was about to happen. Erica smirked. "Funny how you got so much to say now. But not when your messages were lighting up my niece's phone. You." There it was again. The DMIs, the allegations, the receipts. Yandy stood slowly, face to face with Erica, and said, "You're obsessed. You wanted to be me. When that didn't work, you tried to destroy him." Erica looked dead in her eyes and said, "Maybe I'm just tired of fake perfection. Tired of people hiding their trash under fancy rugs." And right as things were about to hit nuclear again, producers jumped in. No physical fight. But the moment, unforgettable, and confirmed to be in the next episode. You already know fans were screaming, tweeting, decoding every lip movement like they were reading CIA surveillance tapes. The moment the gala footage was teased in a Blink Candle Miss It promo clip, just a pan of Erica's back as she walked by Yandy's table, the entire internet went into full forensic mode. One fan literally uploaded a frame-by-frame breakdown titled "You can see the rage in Yandy's eyeballs," while another commented, "That shoulder twitch, that's PTSD from Erica Mena." But the real explosion came the next morning. After a night filled with passive-aggressive stories, reposted memes, and silent, seething side-eyes, Yandy finally posted her statement. It wasn't a rant or a long drawn-out diatribe written in endless paragraphs. It was a carefully crafted, cinematic sit-down clip. Under carefully controlled lighting, with a stark black and white filter that lent an almost presidential gravitas, she stared directly into the camera and calmly declared, "I've stayed quiet because I wanted to protect my family, but silence does not equal weakness, and it certainly does not mean guilt." A lot was said and many lines were crossed, but I do not respond to noise, I respond to truth. That brief video, lasting a mere 42 seconds, set off an eruption of support and outrage across every platform imaginable. Comment sections exploded with messages of unwavering support for her calm, measured stance, and even those who had once defended Erica were now reconsidering their allegiances. Just when it appeared that Yandy had delivered the definitive blow, Erica struck back. As if perfectly timed, Erica posted a 5-second story featuring nothing but a blurred screenshot of what appeared to be a DM chain void of names, times, or context except for one stark, bold line, "Just don't tell Yandy." The internet went into a frenzy over this cryptic message, with viewers scrutinizing every pixel as though it were the most important piece of evidence in a high-stakes investigation. Analysts compared the fragment to historical moments of scandal, dissecting every detail, wondering if that fleeting image held the key to unrevealing the truth behind all the chaos. Meanwhile, as debates raged online about the authenticity of that screenshot and what it truly signified, MTV found itself in the midst of another crisis. The network's legal team, already reeling from previous controversies, now had to contend with potential liabilities stemming from leaked private messages, and the cast members' rights were quickly becoming a powder keg of contractual nightmares. Production halted all future shoots involving Erica. Call sheets began appearing without her name, and even the makeup artists and wardrobe teams were quickly reassigned. The chilling silence that followed was punctuated only by the sound of frantic phone calls and whispered discussions among production insiders. Mendeecees, who had maintained his silence up until that point, finally broke his quietude by posting a single image, black and white, of his hand tenderly holding his daughter. The caption beneath that image, "Protect peace at all costs," resonated like a muted siren, hinting at the emotional and professional turmoil that threatened to break the already fragile illusion of reality TV glamour. Some praised the subtle strength of his message while others dismissed it as a contrived move designed to evoke sympathy and media attention. Yandy, though she did not respond directly to the new developments, remained at the center of the storm. And sources close to her revealed that she was livid beyond what words on social media could capture. One anonymous cast member confided, "They used my real marriage for ratings. They knew something was off and allowed it to happen, and now I'm the one forced to pick up the pieces." And then, as if the tension was reaching a crescendo, a new promo dropped in the dead of night, a 7-second clip, released around 2 a.m. on an otherwise ordinary Tuesday. This barely noticeable snippet, meticulously edited to tease every possible angle of the scandal, featured a blurred figure, lunging across a table. For those who paused at the precise moment, every detail from the flutter of a wrist to the twitch in an eye spoke volumes. Television critics, online sleuths, and reality TV aficionados alike analyzed this fragment until it became emblematic of an unfolding narrative thicker than any scripted drama. At the same time, insiders whispered that MTV was forced to produce not one, but 2 final cuts of the upcoming episode. One version, heavily redacted and sanitized for broadcast, would excise most of the physical altercation, preserving only the aftermath and leaving viewers to speculate wildly. The alternative, a full unfiltered cut, was slated for potential streaming release should legal clearances eventually come through. As tensions continued to escalate, another twist emerged at the charity Galleon obligatory event hosted by Scrappy and Bambi that Erica was contractually obligated to attend. Despite the set measures to keep Erica and Yandy apart, fate has a peculiar way of ensuring that true drama never stays hidden. The gala was orchestrated with extreme measures to separate entrances, distinct glam teams, and a strict rule enforcing zero contact between the feuding parties. At first, the plan seemed to work flawlessly. Erica entered the venue late, dripping in diamond sparkle, appearing as if she owned the room. Yandy, meanwhile, sat composed with a small, defiant smile, alongside Rashida and Jessica, each sip of champagne a silent testament to her simmering resolve. Then came the inevitable moment. As Erica made her way past Yandy's table, she casually tossed a comment so offhand yet so incendiary that the soft murmur of conversation came to an abrupt halt. Still playing the victim, she said loud enough for the ambient microphones to catch every syllable. In an instant, the atmosphere shifted from tense to explosive. Rashida instinctively reached for Yandy's hand in a silent plea to defuse the situation, but Yandy, whose calm had become her armor, simply looked up and stated with icy composure, "You slapped my husband on camera, and you still think you're owed an apology?" The words hung in the air, heavy with betrayal and defiance. Erica, undeterred, spun around and retorted, "I exposed your husband. You should be thanking me?" That was the spark that lit the final fuse. At that precise moment, Mendeecees, previously lingering near the bar, like a bystander, burst onto the scene. For the first time in this entire debacle, he wasn't content with silence. His voice thundered through the room as he stormed over and declared, "You do not speak on my family again. Ever. Consider this your final warning." A stunned silence fell. Every guest, every staff member, every camera operator froze, as if time itself had paused to witness the fallout of that singular declaration. And then, as if drawn by the inevitability of chaos, Erica's eyes locked with Yandy's in that charged moment. As accusations of past misdeeds and whispered references to leaked messages hung between them, Yandy broke the silence one final time, her voice laced with equal parts sorrow and steely determination. "You're obsessed. You wanted to be me so badly that when it didn't work, you resorted to destroying him." Erica's retort was equally biting as she met her gaze, stating, "Maybe I'm just tired of fake perfection and people hiding their trash behind designer smiles." The producers, ever alert to prevent another physical eruption, managed to intervene just in time as the room teetered on the brink of an all-out brawl. No further violence ensued, but the impact of those exchanged words, loaded with years of accumulated mistrust and rivalry, was undeniable. As the dust settled and the cast members were ushered off set amid hushed, urgent conversations, it became abundantly clear that this wasn't merely a scripted moment for ratings, it was a defining fracture in the facade of glamour and camaraderie that had long sustained the franchise. The reality of the situation rippled outward from the studio, igniting a wildfire of commentary across all media. Fans dissected every interaction, every inflection, and every pause as though the truth lay hidden in those unspoken moments. The narrative had now morphed into something far greater than a simple on-set altercation. It had become an all-encompassing spectacle, one that questioned loyalties, exposed personal vendettas, and revealed an undercurrent of raw, unedited human emotion and ambition. In the following days, while legal teams deliberated, rumors of Contract suspensions and cast shakeups swirled in online forums, and producers scrambled to manage the collateral damage. One undeniable truth emerged: the entire season of Love and Hip Hop was now teetering on the edge of an irrevocable transformation. As viewers, we were no longer mere spectators of a reality show. We had become active participants in a grand, dramatic narrative that unfolded in real time, each new revelation more staggering than the last. Questions abounded. Would Erica Mena be held accountable? Could Yandy's call for justice reshape the power dynamics on set? And where did Mendeecees stand in all this yet complicit in a controversy that had now taken on an almost mythic quality? The stage was set for what promised to be an explosive climax that would redefine the contours of this storied franchise. With every passing hour, the stakes grew higher, and the lines between victim and villain blurred into an indistinguishable haze of passion, ambition, and media-fueled revenge. The era of controlled, predictable reality TV was ending, giving way to an unvarnished, raw display of human frailty and strength. And as the world watched, captivated, onlookers eagerly awaited the next chapter in this relentless saga, chapter that promised to answer the burning questions left in the wake of that fateful slap. And perhaps, just perhaps, to reveal the true cost of betrayal in a realm where nothing is as it seems. Before we wrap this up, let's take a breath, because if that wasn't the messiest, most scandalous saga reality TV has ever served, I don't know what is. A slap heard around the franchise, demons allegedly lighting up like fireworks, cast members choosing violence or silence, and a network desperately trying to figure out if this is PR gold or a lawsuit waiting to happen. And somehow, we're still just scratching the surface. So now, we want your take. Do you think Erica was speaking truth to power, or just another fame-hungry agent of chaos who finally went too far? Was Yandy right to demand her removal from the show? Should MTV protect its cast by cutting the slap, or give the people what they came for? And what about Mendeecees' innocent husband caught in the crossfire? Is there more smoke behind those DMs than he's letting on? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because trust me, we are reading every juicy theory, every wild speculation, and every bit of digital detective work y'all bring. Don't hold back. If you're as hooked as we are, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a twist, a scream, a slap, or a cold-blooded confessional look straight into the camera that ruins someone's reputation forever. Because if this is how the season starts, buckle up. The chaos hasn't even peaked yet. Stay tuned, stay messy, and keep your tea piping hot.